What's poppin', my J dolls? And I'm back with another video. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so don't play with us, okay? And it's free 99 to subscribe, so go ahead and subscribe. And if you don't, you a hater. Take that with your mama, because why she raised you like that? Period. Anyways, y'all, I am about to start a whole story time saga or series, okay, y'all? So I did a poll on my community tab. If you're not locked into the community tab, make sure you are, because I literally put polls on what videos y'all like to watch, or if I have specific videos I'm about to upload, what videos y'all want first, what shows y'all like to watch. Like, I interact with y'all here and there on there, so just make sure you are checking the community tab. A lot of y'all voted, 40% of people voted story times, okay? A lot of people did the weight loss and story times. That's biggest things on the channel. Let me know in the comments if there's something else you prefer, but today we're doing a little story time, okay? And I got me a little whizzine. It's good. Anyway, I'm more of a Bailey's girl now, but the wine will do. So y'all, this is going to be a saga of my 3-year situationship with a pathological liar. A toxic 3-year situationship. Y'all, I have small little stories on my channel about this person, and I named him Larry. So if you are OG, you probably have watched videos about Larry, and this is just gonna be the whole story time of our relationship, how we met, how our stuff got toxic, all the things he did, all the things I did. And y'all have to remember, y'all, I was around 22 around this time, 22, I think 23. So take that into consideration. I was immature, he was immature, and I'm gonna keep it real through this whole story, what I did wrong, what he did wrong. But I'm gonna tell y'all how I dated a pathological liar, and how it was like it was an emotional roller coaster. We both had some problems. So let's get into it, y'all. First, I'm gonna talk to y'all about how I met him, okay? I got a little notes, because you know, if you ever been through so much trauma that you start to forget what happened, or if you was dealing with somebody for so long, y'all literally had so many different situations that you don't even remember. Like, I still don't remember some stuff, so I'll tell y'all like, I don't know if this is how it happened, or if this didn't happen this way, whatever. So boom, let's get into it. So y'all, so how we met, okay? So Larry, y'all, used to, this is some weird stuff, y'all. So Larry, apparently, I had this old friend, and I have a story time about this friend up on my channel, so if y'all want to go watch it, but I ain't gonna give too much detail. So I had this old friend, and she had met Larry on Tinder. Back in the day, y'all, Tinder used to be popping. So she told me supposedly her and Larry only went on one date, and he didn't like her and she didn't like him, and they was cool after that. Nothing ever happened between them. I don't know. Do I feel like this 100% true? I don't feel like they liked each other, but knowing that old friend, she was a little, you know, for the streets. I gotta keep it clean, especially for the first few minutes, y'all. But she was for the streets. So honestly, do I think they never did nothing? I don't know. I don't believe it. And if they didn't, they probably did now. I don't know. Boom. So boom. During this time, she was just friends with him or whatever, and they would like talk on the phone and stuff. And they would barely hang out, because this old friend would barely hang out with just her normal friends. Like, if you weren't her dude for real, or she not like sleeping with you, like, she would not really hang out with you that much. So anyhow, during that time, Larry kept saying, oh, he wants to talk to me, oh, he wants to talk to me, he's so attracted to me, I'm so fine, I'm so beautiful, that I'm his type. So he really loved plus size women. Like, even his ex was a plus size woman, and she was dark skinned. So he was just telling her like, oh, she's my type, I want to talk to her. To find out, she kept telling him, oh, she's not going to talk to you, because she don't like big guys. Because he considered himself fat. Now, like, looking at Larry is not like fat. He's not fat. He's tall. He has, like, you know, some weight to him, but he's not fat, like, at all. So he found himself to be like, he feel like he's fat, whatever, right? So she was telling him, oh, Joanna only dates skinny dudes. She only dates skinny dudes, da da da. And I ain't gonna lie, back then, y'all, I really was on skinny men real bad. And I was a big girl, y'all. Y'all can go back and watch my story. Like, I was 326 pounds. And I used to date dudes that was maybe 140 pounds soaking wet, right? Maybe they like me and I like them. So, boom. So, she was just telling him, like, you know, C-blocking. Like, oh, no, she not gonna mess with you anyway. But honestly, I wasn't attracted to him like that anyways, though. So, she was kind of right. And it wasn't because of his weight. It was just like, he wasn't really my type 100%. So anyhow, y'all, she still gave him my social media. He kept asking, like, oh, give me her Snapchat, give me her Instagram, whatever, So my friend had gave him my Instagram, gave me my Snapchat, kept telling me, oh, like, Larry wants to talk to you, Larry wants to talk to you. So, sis one. So I'm like, no, I'm good. But back then, y'all, I always had a boyfriend. Like, if I didn't have a boyfriend, I was talking to somebody. But back then, I always had a boyfriend. Until I met Larry was the only time I literally was in a situationship. Like, I always was in a relationship, like, real bad. Or I was just doing me. I was in my phase. Y'all know what phase means. I was doing me. Or I was in a relationship. Like, I really wasn't in no in-between until I met this man. So, boom. Y'all, he kept messaging me. I wasn't interested. And all that stuff. Okay. So, then I end up breaking up with my ex. Y'all can go see a different story time about how my ex car declined or whatever, and all that. That was a good story time. People really liked that apparently. So anyways, y'all, that ex, I ended up breaking up with him, and Larry sees like, okay, I'm outside, like I'm on Snapchat. He can tell I'm single now. You know when you start posting subliminals and like be out there like live your best life, twerking in a club, that type of vibe. I was outside. So Larry's like, okay, this girl is single now. So Larry had messaged me during that time. Y'all know, back then, y'all, when I was out of a relationship, I was ready to be like, okay, who's next? Because I got a roster. Okay, I'm loyal, so I ain't talking to them. But just to make sure you know that your spot can get replaced overnight. Like, that's how I used to be. Now, I'm not like that. So anyways, y'all, that's what I was on. So Larry messaged me. I'm like, okay, maybe I should give Larry a little chance. Like, at this point, Larry knows I ain't got no man. So we started chatting, talking, whatever. I'm like, he been putting some work in. He been messaging me for years. Telling me I'm fine, I'm beautiful, da-da-da-da. Like, oh, da-da-da. So I'm like, he been on my heels.
But the niggas been on my body.
Let me give this man a chance. Yeah. So I give this man a chance, y'all, and he takes me on a date, y'all. Let's get into this, y'all. I got bulletin points because I literally cannot remember some of this stuff. But the first day he took me on, y'all, was Applebee's. Yes, y'all, our first day was Applebee's. Now, mind you, back then, y'all, I was in college. I was probably, when we started talking, maybe sophomore in college. So it wasn't like I had a career at this time or nothing. Like, Applebee's was like a normal thing for me at this point. Like, I still was kind of bougie back then, so I would go to like a cheesecake. Back then, Cheesecake Factory used to be bougie when I was that age. Or I'd go to like a Benihana's, whatever. Like, I was that girl. Sophomore year, I was drinking Henny. Like, I wasn't drinking no, what they was, Four Locos. I ain't never had no Four Loko in my life. So I was a little elevated college student, but I'm still a college student, y'all. Anyway. So, boom. Our first date to Applebee's. We were there for hours, y'all. We were there for a long time. We actually had a good conversation, flowing back and forth. I remember, like, the waiter, she just kept coming back. The waitress kept coming back, and we were like, oh, we good. So, y'all, we started talking. One thing I really remember on our first date he told me is that one, like, bad thing about him is he lies about small things. Like, he has a problem with lying about small things. And I should have took that as, baby, run. But I took that as, whatever. At this point, y'all, I don't see nothing with him. I don't see me, like, being with him. I don't even see me at this point sleeping with him. It's just me just going on a date with him because essentially I am heartbroken and it's a rebound situation. And I wasn't interested in him like that in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna tell y'all towards the end. I'm telling y'all how I was thinking in the beginning. It was just okay, let's just go talk, let's hang out, let's go on some dates. It's just, you know, vibe. Like, it wasn't like, ooh, like, I really want to be with him. I don't know, it wasn't giving that. But when we got to Applebee's and we was talking, everything was cool. And then at this time, he didn't have a car. I remember, like, we was debating on the first date, like, oh, he didn't want me to pick him up or nothing. Like, he'd rather get himself there. I think our second date was at the movie theaters. Y'all gotta remember, this situationship ended about almost 3 years ago, like 2.5 years ago. So I know the first date was at Applebee's, so I know that for sure. And he was like, no, I'm gonna either like Uber there or I'm gonna walk there. Like, I don't want you to pick me up. I don't want you to pick me up. Which is what I did like about him. It's like, when he didn't have a car and during that time, he didn't want me to pick him up. The only times I would pick him up is because I felt like bad. Like, no, why would I not come and get you? You know what I mean? So, and I would have to convince him because he was so prideful. And mind you, like, there was times where he didn't have a car and then he got a car and didn't have a car, got a car. And he always lived on his own. So, he was younger than me, y'all. So, at this time, I was probably 23, maybe. And he was, I was 23, 24. Probably 23. Probably 23. And he was probably like 22 at this time. Like 21. One of them. In that type of range. So anyways, y'all. Yeah. So at this time, I just got out of a relationship. Literally. Like last week. Got out of a relationship. Like, this is an example, y'all. Last week, just got out of a relationship. Now I'm on a date with this dude. But it's cool because it's just a date. Then, y'all, Larry just got out of a 2-year relationship during this time period, y'all. He had got out of a 2-year relationship where the girl cheated on him. Yeah. So when you mess with it's so many red flags from the start, from the jump, where it's like, why'd you even talk to him? Because when you mess with a man that got cheated on, especially when he was in that relationship doing really well and like being faithful, and then she dogged him out and made him feel bad about himself, those type of men start turning out to be like the men that hurt women because a woman hurt them. So yeah, so that's how this is the foundation, y'all, that me and Larry is on. Let's start there. So anyways, we got through that. Okay, so at this point, we went to Applebee's. After that, I think we went to the movies. And then I think our third date, I don't know if we went to Dave & Buster's, like when we first linked, or that when we rekindled. I don't know, y'all. So we have been on we've been on a few days. He always covered the dates and all that stuff. He's very polite. I can't say he's a bad person. I just think he's just immature. So this is why this lingered on and why he lied about stuff and why things got weird. But anyway, so boom. At this point, we cool. Like, we friends. We're like buddies. This is how I feel about him. Like, okay, he cool. So I spend the first night at his house, y'all. I go to his house. I spend the night. And I feel cool. Like, we watch a show, but I end up falling asleep. By the way, y'all don't know who he is, so I don't feel bad. But he has sleep apnea, so he snored so freaking loud. So literally the first night, I could barely sleep at his house. I hate dealing with men that got sleep apnea, and I've done this a couple times, and it is frustrating. It is so hard to sleep with them type of men, I'm telling you. So anyways, I need to start asking men that on the first date. I need to ask my new boo, do you got sleep apnea? Okay, that's got to be a question before you make it to second, third date, because we can't do that, baby. I need to sleep, and I'm a light sleeper, like, no. So boom, the first night, what I really liked about Larry is that he didn't try nothing with me. He didn't try to touch me in that type of way. He didn't try to sleep with me or nothing, y'all. We didn't sleep together. I feel like I might be dragging it. I don't know if he watching this video, he can remember. I think we didn't sleep with each other for like at least a month to 2 months. I think, or a month or a month and a half. Like, we didn't sleep with each other. Like, he would literally let me spend the night over and not touch me at all. And that's what I really liked about him. That actually made me kind of want to do it more. Like, that's what a man needs to learn. Like, if you actually be pee about it, a woman just gonna want to, because she gonna be like, what the heck? Why he ain't try it? Like, why he ain't try it yet? I'm ready. But when y'all be pushing it, that's when the women start, questioning. This is what things got crazy. And I'm gonna lock the iPad for this one. This is what things got crazy. So, this is when I got a little spicy, right? I done hung out with this man. We cool. Like, we are texting every day and stuff like that. It's not like we seen each other all the time, y'all. it'd be like once a week we go on a date, whatever. Like it was never nothing crazy. Like, and then when I was spending the night at his house, I would literally leave in the morning. Like, I don't know, I was also coming out of phase. Remember, like, I was broke, like, got out of a relationship. So my pattern before was like, when I got out of a relationship, it's in my phase where I'm outside, I don't care, I'm doing me, I'm in my HOE phase. Okay, that's how it usually is when I get, like, I'm broken up with a person and I like them a lot. Like, but with the other person that his car declined, like my ex, I wasn't in love with him. I liked him. I never like felt love, if that makes sense. So anyways, so there was one night, y'all. The thing about me is when I get tipsy, the old me, now I don't really, when I get drunk, I be ready to go home. I ain't gonna lie, maybe I'm getting old. But the young me, y'all, when I used to get drunk, I be ready to go home, like, and call my little whoop whoop. You know, at this time it was Larry, because Larry was my little sneaky link for a long time. So like, Carol call Larry, like, pick me up, like, come pick me up, da da da, like, I'm ready to go. Or I'm gonna be like, okay, like, come over to my place, like, whatever, like, it's that time. Once I lick it, once that tequila, baby, because me, when I drink, I'm off the tequila, I'm off the ron, the Pat Ron, okay, I'm off the Pat Ron back then. And baby, if you're not ready, you better get ready, because when I'm out, you should know. So y'all, this was our first time sleeping with each other. Like, y'all, let me tell y'all what happened. So y'all, I literally got lit. I went out with my friends, I got lit. I remember my friend was at my dorm, so I stayed at the dorms back then. My friend was at my dorm spending the night. She didn't even stay in our dorm, she stayed in a whole nother dorm, and she was spending the night because we went out together. Tell me why I go home, like, with her to our dorm, and I'm like, girl, I'm about to leave. Because at this point I tell Larry, like, hey Larry, like, are you up? Like, I want to come over. I want to come over. This is my first time doing this, but it's like, when I get lit, I'm going to do whatever I want. Whatever's on the top of my dome. So how I treat you when I'm drunk is really how I feel for real. Like, don't I get rowdy when I'm drunk. I'm straightforward when I'm drunk. I do whatever I want. So, y'all, we get to my dorm. I tell my friend, go ahead and make your pallet. Okay, you sleep here. I'm out of here. I had already set her up a mattress and everything. Gave her one of our mattresses out of our room. Comforter, everything. I got up in that shower, baby. I got it lotioned up, ready to go. Okay, like a Popeye's biscuit with honey on it. Okay. Then I put on my lingerie. I'm crazy. This is how I am. I'm going to do that anyway because that's how I am.
Oh, I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm gonna do that anyway because that's how I am.
Oh, I put on my lingerie, y'all. I put on this jacket. It was like a jacket. It wasn't a trench, but it was similar. Like, it was this jacket that you could wrap around, put a belt on. When I tell y'all, remember Larry didn't have no car. I'm crazy, y'all. Larry didn't have no car. So I hopped in the Uber with lingerie and a jacket on. In the Uber. Of course, the Uber person didn't know that I had that under there. Of course, I had the jacket on, so it might look like I had a dress on. But it was around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So, maybe he knew. But anyways, it was a long drive to, like, y'all, I was coming from Nepal. And this is okay, I can say this now because Larry doesn't live in this area. Unless he moved, and I don't know. So, anyway, so, y'all, I was coming from Nepal all the way to Eden Prairie. Like, if you're from Minnesota, that's a long, like, you know how much I had to pay for that Uber? Like, y'all know how thirsty I was to get the D? Don't get no liquor because you just start spending money. So anyways, y'all, I was like, okay, I'm going to Uber to his house. And I think he Ubered me back. He paid for my Uber back. I don't know because he didn't have money. He told me he was broke. Like, I will Uber you, but I'm so broke. I'm sorry. Like, I'm so broke. He was struggling. I was like, whatever, baby. Ain't nothing to a G like me. Let me get that Uber. Hey, you know, I'm on a Pat Ron. I got millions. Like, let me get the Uber. So anyways, y'all, I get this Uber high as hell. I probably paid $30 for that one ride, $30 back. I don't remember if he paid for the one back. I don't remember how it happened, but boom, I know I paid for at least one of the Ubers. So I get to his house, y'all, and I'm ready. I'm ready like a freaking Little Caesar's pizza, okay? So I get there, I'm like, let's get to it. Like, I got the jacket, take the jacket off, give a show, and I know he ain't never had that before. Like, I know he ain't never had that before, especially at that young age. At that young age, I know you ain't never had that. I don't know about now, but you had it now, but I don't know if you had it after. But so boom, I come put on a show. He's like, oh wow, like you really came over here with this, da da da. Like he wasn't expecting that because we didn't even get to that level yet. So, anyways, y'all, we do the do. We do the do. And y'all, when we do the do, I don't know why this happens. I think, like, I'm going to just tell y'all this out here. I don't want to say, I'm going to say protection, y'all. Because YouTube be YouTubing, right? Protection. Y'all, we use protection, of course. And what happens is it breaks. It breaks. So let me tell y'all right now. Do not use them thins, ultra thins, none of that. Use just regular, no thins. Baby, I don't trust the thins. I trust the magnums. I ain't never had no magnum break. I'm just telling y'all right now. Some people can't fit a magnum. So, that's another story. But boom. But if they can fit a magnum, at least if they're like a medium size, they can fit a magnum. If they're not, they're small, then can't probably, whatever, y'all. I'm getting too distracted. Anyway, so boom. It breaks. And I feel like we didn't really notice until like we're flowing in emotion and there's probably a little too much feeling for him. But y'all, apparently he got really upset with me because I was drunk. Like the thing about me back in the day when I would be off the pat run and I'm outside, I was at the club. I came from the club, went home, we got showered, got ready. I would be drunk. Like this was college days, y'all. I would just take shots, and I'm gone. So apparently when we were sleeping together, like my eyes was closed. Like he was like, oh, your eyes was closed. And like, it was kind of like freaking me out. Like I was just like, I didn't know if you liked me because you weren't looking at me. And like, da-da-da-da. Like he was like getting mad at me because my eyes was closed when we was doing a do. Like, and I said, really? Like I had never heard this before because I don't pay attention to that. Like, when I'm like doing a do, especially back then, like I was like still new at it. Like it's only been a few years, okay? So anyways, y'all, he was like really telling me like, oh, my eyes was closed, and he just felt he was scared because he knew I was drinking and stuff, and he didn't know if I was just too drunk and So like he stopped doing it. We stopped doing it in the middle of it. Something weird happened like that. Like he started doing it in the middle of it because he was feeling insecure. Like I didn't like it, or I don't know. I was like, bro, you're blowing me. Like, we literally got in an argument or disagreement on this because he said that my eyes was closed. And I'm like, bro, like, what's the problem? And maybe, y'all, I do notice sometimes when I do get drunk, my eyes be closed and they be rolling in the back of my head. So I don't know if my eyes is rolling in the back of the head. And that is scary. Because, like, men, don't do that with women. Like, if they, like, not in control of themselves. Like, they don't know what's going on. But I'm very coherent. For me personally, I ordered a whole Uber to your house 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I done put a whole outfit on and a coat. I'm ready. The hell? But yeah, it scared him because my eyes were closed. So I'm like, okay, now we just got into this whole disagreement about like my eyes being closed. And so that like low-key made me insecure about that like later on in life. Like, oh my God, is a man looking at my face? Should I be looking him in his eyes? Like, what should I be doing? Because I'm trying to focus. You know what I mean? Because I'm focused. It ain't going to happen the way I want it to happen. If that makes sense. So yeah, y'all, that's how that happened. So after that, it was kind of weird. After that, y'all, I literally got into a pattern of going to his house all the time. Like, I got into the pattern of just going to his house. We watching TV and stuff, sleep over, like, you know, do whatever. Now, the thing about me is I got into the habit of wanting to call him when I was drunk. And he did note this to me, and I really do. That's why I said I'm going to take accountability of, like, my action as well, because I was very young back then. But, he did start saying, like, every time you're drunk, then you want, you know, to do, you know, call me, be affectionate, be sweet. But, like, on a normal day, you're not affectionate and you're not sweet. And honestly, that is the truth, y'all. It really is hard for me to, like, just kiss a man, hold his hand, and like cuddle him all the time. Like, I know it's in me because I've done it. With my ex, I was really like that a lot. But I feel like I was like that a lot because I felt safe. A, I was not in a situationship. I was in a relationship. B, he made me feel like a woman. Like I could rely on him for stuff, like financially. I could rely on him for stuff emotionally. Like he could be there. Like if I'm going through something, I could call him, and vice versa. Like we were like a friendship. And I felt like with me and Larry, it was like we were trying to build a friendship, but Larry was very inconsistent. Like communication, like he was avoiding. Like when problems would come up, like he would either just ignore me and just not address the problem, or he will start to act stupid and circle around my questions or try to avoid me. Like, or if I wanted to hang out with him, he would be like, oh, like, he'll just ignore me and be like, oh, I'm just seeing this and stuff like shit like that, bro. Like, he will do like weird shit where it's like, you could just say, hey, I don't want to hang out. And that's what I mean. He's a pathological liar. Like, he'd be like, I was working all day yesterday. I'm just now seeing this, my bad. Like, what's up? Or da 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 da. Like, he was... Yeah, I wish I had some of his text messages, but I ain't gonna cap to you. I do got some of the later ones, but I don't have anything that's like... Let's see here. Let me see what I got here. I don't got shit. But anyways, he was not good with communication. And he was going through a lot of stuff, and he didn't have money. He was going through a lot of stuff. But... anyhow, y'all, we started communicating a lot, but he was getting emotional. Like, he was asking me like, oh, I don't really feel like you like me, or I just don't feel like this. Like, he just kept being insecure. Like, I didn't like him, or I didn't like when we slept together, or I don't like being with him or something. Like, and that I only want to be affectionate when I'm drinking and da 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 da. Like, and I get it, y'all. Like I said, that is true. I was not an affectionate person, and I still am. I'm just working on it. I am, but I gotta really feel like I can trust you, right? So he was being too emotional. It was getting to a point where it's like, bro, I start to notice, y'all, I don't like emotional men. Because emotional men can be very manipulative because they make everything about them, and they make everything seem like it's bigger than what it is, right? So he kept messaging me back and forth about this stuff, and I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I think this is getting too deep. And y'all, I know I'm wrong for this, but I started feeling like this is getting too deep, and like I didn't come into this thinking like this is gonna be like a relationship. This is supposed to be like a thing, a fling, like a rebound. And let's be honest, I'm kind of like a rebound for him because he got a long-term relationship. So I randomly one day, y'all, this was so mean, but I randomly decided to ghost him. Like, I just stopped texting him. I stopped responding to him on social media. I probably deleted him from I think I blocked him on Snapchat or something. Like, I got rid of him in all places, and I just went quiet because I was like, you know what? I think this is too much. I don't think this is right. Whatever, da da da. I just need to leave it gone. Leave it alone. So y'all gotta remember that common friend. The common friend that put us together would always go back and tell him stuff I said, and will always come back to me and tell me stuff he said. So she was pretty much like, oh, Larry's really upset. Like, why did you ghost him? Why are you ghosting him? And he's like going crazy that you're ghosting him. And like, he really just feeling bad about himself because you're ghosting him. So yeah. Tell me why I keep ghosting him and then I feel bad. So at this point, he's upset that I ghosted him. So I was like, you know what? I need to text him a text message. Just telling him like I was kind of like overanalyzing things and feeling like maybe this is rushing too much. Maybe there's a lot of emotion going on. Maybe like I shouldn't be trying to like practically not build, but like even trying to do anything surrounding with a man, you know. He was being very emotional, and I would rather just distance myself because I just didn't feel like it was gonna go in a good place, and maybe I was really rushing to be talking to somebody after I got out of a relationship. So I kind of blocked him. And then when we had this conversation, I told him I apologized, like I'm willing to like communicate again if he wanted to talk about it, blase blase. So at this point, y'all, he's telling me like, oh, like he's upset, like he don't know if he can forgive me. Y'all gotta remember, back in the day, y'all, I used to be wishy-washy. Y'all, I'm a Pisces, and a lot of Pisces go back to their ex. If you know any Pisces, baby, they keep revisiting their exes, and that's something I don't do no more. No more. I did my last one. I did my last big one. And I'm done. Like, I don't want no exes. I don't want nobody I had in the past. I just want to live in my future and just live in the present moment. So anyhow, I always be like, change my mind. Women, don't want to mess with somebody, and the next man I want to mess with them again. Like, yes, I was toxic. So at this point, he was like, oh, I don't know if I can forgive you. Like, that was really messed up. What you did was really messed up. Da 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 da. So at this point, we going back and forth. We going back for a little minute, and then he chooses to forgive me. Okay, of course. So it got to the point where it's like he forgave me, and now we back to our normal routine. Y'all, I used to call him and I used to be like, hey, like, I'm out, come pick me up. Like, that type of thing. And I'm going to get into that in another thing, because that part, I'll talk about that. It also includes that friend that she did something weird that night. But I would be like, come get me. Like, I'm ready to go home. Like, when I'm drunk, I don't be like, hey, babe, like, I want you to come pick me up. Like, I miss you so much. I love you. Like, now I be like, get your ass over here and pick me up. All right? I'm ready to throw this on you. Yeah, like, I really be like that, for real. So anyways, y'all, we get back in our rhythm. We living our life. But if you really think about it, like, our stuff was so casual. It wasn't like we was literally just hanging out we never had a day where we hung out from the morning to the night. Like, that's when you know you just casual with somebody, for real, for real. So at this point, we back at it. And then randomly, y'all, things are going well. And randomly, and I'm going to leave this at this part, and it's going to be the end of this one, and then we're going to get to the part 2. Randomly, y'all, he ghosts me. So he blocks me on Instagram. He blocks me on Snapchat. He blocks me on... he never blocked my phone number. This is the thing. And yeah, he never blocked my phone number. He blocked me on Instagram. He blocked me on Snapchat. And every social media we had each other on. I really felt like this nigga was being petty. Like, he was trying to get his get back. So when he blocked me, I said, you're weird. Be yourself. Be yourself, because why you trying to be me? So, like, at this point, like, we playing too many games. And that's why I mean, like, toxic. Like, toxic, childish, okay? How do we let this go on for 3 years? And this is only part 1. It's beyond me. And you gotta remember, we was on and off for 3 years. So it wasn't like 3 years straight. So at this point, I'm like, okay, he's trying to play with me like a fiddle. But the thing is, it's not gonna work like mine work. Okay, mine was never supposed to be a game. Mine was just like, I literally probably should stop talking to you, and then I start questioning myself, right? Yours is like you're trying to play with me. So at this point, y'all, I am just like, okay, cool. I'm not a chaser. I ain't gonna never be a chaser. Only thing I chase is my liquor, and if that. Because I can take it straight. So the thing about me, he didn't get the reaction that he thought I would give. He did not get the reaction that he thought I was going to be begging him to talk to him and stuff like that. No, he came back. So, y'all be so goofy to think that it's going to hurt me. If you block me, I take pride in it. Because I know when I block people for real, it's like I had some emotion behind it. Because I don't block people like that. Like, I only blocked Larry and my ex. Larry is the only one that's fully blocked, like, from my phone number. Like, from my phone number, from my Instagram. I mean, to this day. From my phone number, from my Instagram, from my Snapchat, from my TikTok. Like, this nigga's crazy. And I'm going to tell y'all, like, he's crazy. Like, when we would break things off, and we'll get more into that story time, but, like, he will start stalking my my Instagram. He will start stalking my Snapchat, sending me Snapchats. He will start adding me from different Snapchats. Like, we're going to get into that. Then he started to view my TikTok. And you know, every time somebody view your TikTok profile, you can see who viewed your TikTok profile. So I had to block him on TikTok because I didn't know he even found my TikTok. So this is the only dude that I ever blocked for my phone number. And he had text app numbers. I had blocked text app numbers. Like, this is the first time I ever had a dude like that. But this is just part 1, y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all what happened after he ghosts me in part 2. Okay, y'all? So this is going to be a saga of my 3 years immature, toxic situationship. And I will put this on the first one, y'all, here. Do not entertain situationships. They are a waste of time. Give a man about 3 months of your time max. 3 months of your time, maybe or if you're pushing it. And if he does not want to commit to you, you need to commit to your plan to leave. Okay? Because you're a fool, you're a buffoon, you're a clown. And I was a clown many times. So I get it. But I'm just telling you right now, if you think you're going to change your man's mind and said, oh, he's not ready. Oh, this. Oh, we got to wait for this. What I'm waiting for you is to stop being a fool. What I'm waiting for you is to stop being delusional, because if he loved you, he gonna move on it. Trust me, when you like somebody, don't you move on it? When you love somebody, don't you move on it? He don't love you. He don't probably even like you like that. He just don't got options. He just don't have the females. So he needs to have somebody. Even if he got options, he needs somebody that's gonna be stupid for him. He needs somebody maybe he can do it and do whatever he want to do. He need a dummy, and you're the one. So make sure you wake up and be smart and choose yourself and love yourself. Y'all been there twice, probably three. Actually, I've been there 3 times, but this was the craziest one. So yeah, y'all. Part 2, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened after he ghosted me. Yeah. Make sure y'all leave a comment. Tell me if y'all like this series so far.